our next presenter is going to be Chris Willey from the District of Columbia, where he's the Interim Chief Technology Officer. Chris?
Good morning. I'm Chris Willey, Interim CTO of the District of Columbia. If you're from out of town, welcome to DC. If you're from around here, you'll be pleased to know that your local government is doing some cool things, like creating hundreds of business applications using a cloud-based tool called Quickbase. You can think of Quickbase as databases in the cloud. We're using it to automate district government processes. I'm going to tell you about why we chose Quickbase, how it's helped us, how it's caused us to rethink how we develop software, and finally talk about a specific example. Now, we have literally thousands of small to medium-sized business problems that technology can help solve. In many cases, these problems need to be solved fairly quickly and with little or no budget. And normally, this would mean that solutions aren't even developed and business processes are performed manually. So we're trying to solve this situation through Quickbase. We bought it citywide for a small amount of money, and with it we can create an unlimited number of applications. Business users can manage the apps themselves, and I don't need any servers to support the apps, so my operating costs are fairly low. In 18 months, we've developed over 225 business applications for more than 12 government agencies. We have over 3,200 active users at this point. Some apps have been built by other agencies, so we're teaching how to fish as well as providing fish, and all of this is for about $250K. And we calculate that we've saved about $8 million over other development options. As one example, we built an app using our in-house developer in one day, costing essentially $0. A quote from a vendor for the same app said it would take 30 days and cost $70K. Quickbase has caused us to rethink the life cycle for some applications. For many business problems, an 80% solution is okay because the priority is on quick delivery and simplicity, not on scalability or other traditional metrics. This has made us hyper-agile in responding to business needs. In the standard process, we work with business users to gather requirements up front, and then technical folks write code and test with input from the business users. The cycle time for this is at least weeks, but can be longer depending on complexity of the requirements. Now, there are some problems with this process. Some apps will not be built because you can't justify the investment. This can happen even in the case of a critical need if the time window is too small. Also, if needs change during coding, the whole process may need to start over. So we set up a code development process in which the app is created side by side with the business. This allows us to make changes on the fly rather than having to go back to the requirements phase. We may need to develop complex features and provide training, but for the most part, the business drives development. As a result, the app can be put to use right away and be immediately useful. Our business users also feel more empowered and invested in the resulting app, which rarely happens in the traditional model. We've expanded the code development process beyond Quickbase and are now using it for other tools as well. We use Quickbase for just about everything. We've built lots of simple apps like project trackers, dashboards, workflow reporting. We also use it for more critical needs like case management, trouble ticketing, and even employee evaluations. Here are some examples of apps we've built. You're looking at an inventory, again, sorry for the eye chart, looking at an inventory of all the DC public schools. You can see contact information for the school and principal, get a link to the school website, see where the school is physically located, and so on. This page is also viewable by the public without a login. And we built this tool to keep track of an internal team's tasks and projects. We can assign tasks to resources, keep track of when tasks are due, see how resources are allocated, and also build in workflow rules like escalation of tasks through the management chain. We use Quickbase for financial data also. This application keeps track of cash flow to my agency from other district agencies through a chargeback process. Analysts can enter new chargebacks, as well as keep track of outstanding obligations and generate status reports. Now you can see which project managers have the most tasks in this dashboard. The Mayor's CapStat program uses dashboards to show the mayor and city administrator a high-level view of programs and agencies, and analysts can drill down for more detail as needed. Next, I'll talk about a specific Quickbase example. The DC Public Schools had a problem a few months ago. They were literally getting sued on a daily basis, and case data was generating reams of paper. The spreadsheets used to track the data were not up to task, and we risked violating a court consent decree. So DCPS turned to my agency, and we turned to Quickbase to create a case management tool. We worked closely with DCPS staff to set it up. Each school tracks data related to complaints or court cases filed. Each principal can see how she's doing against set compliance metrics. We got this up and running in about 2 weeks and continue to refine it over the following few months. The application can be locked down at a field level, and it's online and accessible to anyone with a login. Therefore, it's more secure and more collaborative than the old spreadsheets. To conclude, Quickbase has resulted in lower costs, more business ownership, and shorter time to market for government automation. Without Quickbase, most of these apps would never have been built due to cost or time constraints, resulting in more manual processes that slow down government. Thanks for listening.